We, as a staff, decided that there was an issue with what we were able to do in terms of social development of our students. The ability to work and be able to interact with other people is an extremely important thing, especially for our students of color. And so we started by saying, well, what is required? What kind of things do we feel like students need to be able to do? And so we started listing like, well, they need to be able to be responsible, be respectful. We brought up building relationships and having positive relationships, citizenship. And those are our main 4 categories are respect, citizenship, responsibility, and relationships. And so with each of those categories, we had to develop criteria. And so, for example, in terms of responsibility, the student had to be prompt. And so prompt is one of the descriptors. Completing work on time, good attendance. So we developed our 4 main categories and then descriptors for each category. When we started, we had something like 10 categories, 8 to 10 categories that we were looking at. But as the years went by, we realized that we didn't need all of these, that we were able to condense and really found what was needed, what needed to be focused on within our building. Okay, then we created a scoring system. And so from 1 to 4, 1 being the student is below expectations, 4 being exceeds expectations. So at the beginning of each year, we spend some time discussing what the skills are that we're looking at, how we're grading them on those skills, and then we talk about the importance. So like, what are the benefits to them? And so we talk about the college and career readiness, and it's more of a dialogue. We have the discussion with the students, why do you think these are important things to have? And so we really try to build that ownership. We took our students on a campus visit, and so I chaperoned a group to UW Parkside. And so there were other schools, other urban schools there, because it was a full day that the campus was open. And a lot of the other students from other schools were asking pretty inappropriate questions. They had their phones out, they had their feet up on chairs, and they weren't, behaving the way that my students were behaving. They were sitting upright, they didn't have their phones out, they knew the proper way to show the respect to those that were speaking and those that were sharing. They asked thoughtful questions about the campus and the kind of education that students were getting on that campus. A lot of them even felt like I spoke to them on the bus afterwards on the ride back to school, and they were like, we were really nervous and ashamed, how they were behaving. And I think that's a huge victory for us in terms of the soft skills goal.